All right, guys, Krackdawg here, making a modification to my kayak. This Christmas I got a little trolling motor, little 40 horsepower trolling motor. And so what I want to do is find a way to get it on my kayak here. So what I've done, some of the modifications that I've previously made, I don't know why the focus, there we go, is I've been able to, I put this Ascend seat, a little bit raised seat. It makes me much more comfortable kayaking. And I wanted, like I said, I wanted to add a trolling motor. Got all the pieces that I think I need, but my problem is that I don't want to attach it directly to the kayak, the mounting bar, because, and I'm going to cut that down obviously, but like whenever I go out, I'm going to have this big bar on my kayak, and if I don't want to use the trolling motor, I could get in the way, or, you know, I want to be able to take it off. So what I've done is I've actually purchased some tracks for, you know, possibly attaching something else. So I've got these tracks, this extra set of tracking. You can see I've got these tracks here, which I have a console that I mount as well. So what I'm thinking right here is below the seat, I'm going to put a track, and then I'm going to attach the tracking mechanism to the top of this bar, excuse me, to the bottom of this bar, so I could slide on the mount whenever I want to mount the trolling motor, and then when I'm not going to use it, I can just slide it right off on the tracking system. So the key is to making sure that the tracking is attached durably to the bottom of the kayak. But I've got as you can see, I've got a space below my seat where I've got a level kind of playing field there to be able to mount that. So that is my plan. I've got to kind of test it and measure it and make sure that I've got the space. But I think as far as that goes, to be able to remove it, I know a lot of people attach their trolling motors in these fishing rod holders in the back, and they have a little PVC coming up, and I actually tested that out. But when they mounted these, they actually point outward at a weird angle to where it's going to create a funky angle as well for this bar. So I think I'm just going to go with the tracking mechanism and see if I can slide one on, get it to work, and then be able to slide it off. And so we'll see. All right, guys, so I've kind of want to take y'all through the first phase. Is going to be attaching the tracking system. So I've got this guy in, and I've got easy access right behind. I've got a hatch right behind my seat, and so I'm able to bolt these in. And what I did is I put a reinforcing piece of flat steel right below this, because I know that trolling motor is going to, you know, put a little torque, a little weight on the tracking system. It's going to hang off the side. So what I've tried to do is to reinforce it by putting, like I said, a steel bar below it. So hopefully that'll hold it in place, give it a little more stability. I just wanted to kind of give you another view of the arm. This is kind of how that works. And obviously we're upside down, but those are the tracking mechanisms that slide on. So that'll kind of give you an idea. Just another way to do the mount. I was looking for a different way. Like I said, being able to mount it with PVC coming out of the fishing rod holders isn't going to work because the angle that it was at. I had a few of these extra tracks sitting around, so I figured, hey, it's something I want to be able to take off when I'm not using it. So just mounted up a track with slides on, and we're good to go. It feels pretty stable right now. So hopefully we'll get it out on the water and test it for you guys and see how it works. All right, guys, wanted to give you all a final version. Obviously, this is not water tested. But I put it all together, and it's holding very solidly. And I'll give you a little look at what I've done. So what I did was to create an arm for my trolling motor coming off the side of my kayak here. You can kind of see it sits right below my seat. Okay, and the way that it fits on, it is removable. I can slide it off on that tracking system. Okay, so it's a track. The arm can slide off if there's ever a time I don't want to use the trolling motor. So that's kind of what I did. I'll take the seat off here in just a second. This is kind of the final version. What I did is I used a 1.5" square steel tubing, painted it black, and attached just a piece of split a 2x4, added a little bit more stability on the arm right there. I need a little bit more, and it's locked in right now. You can see it's pretty solid. It's not moving a whole lot. I'm very satisfied with the stability. I was kind of concerned that this might give a little bit too much. Welded or put on a steel bar below the kayak as well, so you can kind of take a peek at that. And so that's what the inside kind of looks like. Use stainless steel, so I mean I think we should be good. I'm very excited about how this all turned out. So we're going to be able to use this, I think. I've got a couple kids, and there's on long paddles it gets kind of laborious keeping track of them. Here's one coming right now. So hopefully, I can hook a couple of the kids up and pull them along to different spots when I need to with the trolling motor. And, on those long paddles or deeper water, that'll prove to be beneficial. So anyways, please feel free to leave any comments, any questions down there in the comments, like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for checking out Krackdawg's fishing page. Since it's been cold out the last few days, it's one of the projects I took was making a mount for my trolling motor. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks.